And welcome to Game 4 of the Team Liquid Star League Grand Finals. Big thanks to PokerStrategy.com for helping put this event on. Definitely go check them out. We have Dignitas.NaNiwa spawning in the bottom position, currently up 2-1 as the red Protoss. In the right position, the fighting Swede, mouz.ThorZaIN as the blue Terran. And I have a fast question for you, Chill. Has ThorZaIN ever been behind in any of his series? I feel like he's always been either tied or ahead leading up to this point.
Yeah, I think you're actually right. So this puts a player in a bit of an uncomfortable position, and it's a little bit unnerving. Even if you played that many ladder games, that many tournaments, to be in a $15,000 match and to be down 1-2, always an uncomfortable situation for any player.
And I'd like to give a big shout out, of course, to the GSL that is restreaming the Team Liquid Star League in Korean. Big hearts to you for helping make TSL even more international. As we're saying, looking at, a Ukrainian, Swede, German top four. Even more international than that. We even have a Canadian and an American caster on right now. Chill, by the way, is Canadian, for any of you who did not know. He's super Canadian. But, pretty exciting about the new GSL MLG partnership I'd like to throw out, where if you perform well in MLG, you qualify for GSL Code A, and if you perform well in GSL, you qualify to fly out to MLG. So huge excitement for that.
Yeah, that's super exciting because coming back from the Brood War scene, it was always seen as Korea was this distant land where, you could only see it through one-way glass, and we never really got involved with them. So seeing the partnership between MLG and GSL, always exciting to see. Big shout-outs to them for restreaming this in Korean, just getting it out to as many people as possible.
We do see ThorZaIN has not yet taken any gas. Now, keep in mind, last time we saw ThorZaIN do some sort of opening like this on Terminus Re, he did an incredible 3 fast command centers on this map against Fruit Dealer and absolutely crushed his opponent with macro. There's ThorZaIN's CC going down right now. Let's see if he has another command center planned out. That would really get my geek chills just shivering all throughout my body. And interestingly, on the big macro map, we don't see NaNiwa going for a 1-gate early expand. There's that assimilator going down quite quickly.
And you know what's really going to benefit ThorZaIN here is that NaNiwa is actually scouted, unfortunately, in the wrong direction. So it's going to take him a while to get full information that this fast command center is going to go down. And that's going to make ThorZaIN feel a little bit more comfortable, as he's going to be able to prepare for a counter before full information has been gathered by NaNiwa. We see the cybernetic score has now completed, chrono boosting out a stalker to deny any scouting. But ThorZaIN has already ran that SCV home. And I want to just echo the community and give a big congratulations to Day 9. Did you get it?
Oh, I thank you.
Day 9, you have been a kingpin of the StarCraft community for a while. So for anyone who's not aware, why don't you go ahead and let us know where we can get more of you?
Well, in front of you didn't know, I graduated from graduate school, so I now have a Master in Fine Arts in Interactive Media, which means that I've been promoted to the Real Life Masters League. Bazinga dinga dinga! Oh man, that joke is literally funny 100% of the time. But for any of you looking for more analysis, more how do we be a better gamer, how do we see what the pros do, copy it so you can do it too, go to day9.tv for my live show page, or day9tv.blip.tv for the archives, because for any of you who didn't know, now that grad school is in the past, I'm doing StarCraft full-time.
And that's exciting for the community, of course, always catching everything Day 9 does. But let's look into the main base of Dignitas.NaNiwa, going for this very quick Twilight Council, getting Blink. It's now at 50%, and he's dropping 3 more gateways before expanding, rallying them all to the Stalker sitting at the Zelnega Tower. So if ThorZaIN doesn't catch wind of this, and just gets blonked right into the main base, that's going to be a very uncomfortable situation for him to be in. Of course, when you do this fast expansion, you get in the mindset, I need to put all my focus on this choke point. If I defend the choke, I'm safe. Unfortunately, Blink takes that, cracks it over its knee, and throws it out the window. So ThorZaIN is going to have to do something to figure this out.
Oh, look at this pylon hanging out behind the mineral field in the center of the map. It just barely doesn't reach that high ground. That is that de-extended pylon range. I almost said dextended, but that is almost certainly not a word. But today we can easily say that the extended pylon radius. is definitely having a significant impact. And oh, NaNiwa, we've seen him do this before. He is going to suicide blink past all of these Marines, try to get vision on the high ground and warp into the front. But ThorZaIN does have that supply depot at the front. He could possibly lift it. He does. He lifts the supply depot. He isolates the Stalkers, completely shuts it down. Not a chance in hell that Stalker's going to be able to get to the high ground. It does get the chance to see some mules at the front. But look at this, ThorZaIN getting a little bit of damage dealt at the front. But now that his Marines have returned back to that bunker edge, they are more than okay. NaNiwa suddenly what turned into a brilliant tactic now means that NaNiwa may very well be all in.
Yeah, I think he is all in, but he's got a lot of Stalker. It's able to blink down to the low ground and come around. This is going to be such an uncomfortable situation for ThorZaIN to try to defend. He's trying to get tanks out, but NaNiwa has completely bypassed that bunker. Marines not doing well against Stalkers, obviously. ThorZaIN needs to just hold on so he can get more Marines to buffer the damage and get the tanks out to deal damage. Now pulling SCVs and Marines to try to deal with the Stalkers. Beautiful blink micro by NaNiwa as he continues to run down to the low ground. Now warping in more and more Stalkers. ThorZaIN is forced to lift off and pull back. He knows if he can defend this, he can win the game as NaNiwa is clearly all in. Can he do it?
It looks like ThorZaIN trying to keep that tank in a very, very fragile position. He needs to... Oh, no! He loses the tank. NaNiwa again with that characteristically brilliant Blink Stalker micro, but ThorZaIN's in a lot of trouble as he does not have siege mode yet. There is Marauders being made by ThorZaIN. There we go. We do see ThorZaIN now trying to swing around. Uh-oh. There's damage being dealt to the bunker. There's repair from all sides. Stim from inside the bunker. And it looks like ThorZaIN will be holding on just barely. If ThorZaIN can hold on just a little while longer, he'll be able to bring this series to 2-2. Until then, NaNiwa picking off any structure he can, any vulnerability he can find. And there's the unload. And it looks like ThorZaIN advancing, not spending any stim at all, just trying to keep everything that he can alive. But the tanks, with the huge damage output, NaNiwa is on the run, picking everything off. There's the target fire. Does manage to, does not pick off the tank. And doing some amazing target firing, picking off the weakened Stalkers. We see a lot of those Stalkers are weak. ThorZaIN now with the scouting command center spotting at the front. A third tank is out right now. ThorZaIN continuing to pump out as many Marines and Marauders as he can, and ThorZaIN gets to retake his expansion.
Oh my god, moving forward, blinking back, snipes the tank. Very nice play by NaNiwa. Now taking out the SCVs. I want to take a look at the main base of ThorZaIN and look how small his income is on that main mineral line. Now moving forward, takes out the bunker. NaNiwa does. ThorZaIN stims and moves forward, but NaNiwa in full retreat. The stim is going to wear off, and now he's going to move forward. He's looking for the kill, trying to take out the Marines again and again. I cannot believe that NaNiwa is able to push forward. Loses a few Stalkers, but able to warp a few more in. NaNiwa still mining well at his main base. ThorZaIN is not mining that well at his main base, but dropping a lot of mules to bring his income back in. He's forced to pull SCVs yet again to try to deal with this, and the attack is continuing.
There's the restim right now. Just another 10 seconds until siege mode is done. ThorZaIN is trying to desperately hold on. He has almost nothing mining in his main. His expansion command center is so weak in siege mode. Almost done, and there it finishes. He needs to pull back and get into a good spot, and there's the siege up, and it looks like NaNiwa is now taking some huge damage, but there are just so many gateway units out on the field right now for NaNiwa. ThorZaIN does have the high ground siege mode, is muling continuously, and that tank is even able to pick off that one pylon that is extended away. ThorZaIN down to 27 food, but NaNiwa is absolutely ridiculously low on minerals in the main, and there's the lift. All the Blink Stalkers move forward. ThorZaIN in an atrocious position. There's the lift, and it looks like NaNiwa will be able to break in and take out the tank, and good game. Wow! Inches from holding that off, but the siege mode just a little bit too late.
Wow, Dave. When he stopped that initial blink in, I thought ThorZaIN was in a beautiful position, able to completely shut down the initial plan of NaNiwa, shutting down the blink from coming in and the warp in on the high ground, getting that bunker up, able to defend from that point, but unfortunately, the bunker broken by NaNiwa and able to just fall up so aggressively. ThorZaIN was never able to catch his breath, never able to just completely set up. NaNiwa was in his face the entire game, never expanded, dropped all his chrono boost on the warp gates continuously, and really switched up his style. We've seen NaNiwa do the same build 3 times in a row, now switching it up with that aggressive blink style and just coming beautifully. So with that being said, we're on championship point here for Dignitas.NaNiwa.
I'm still so impressed with the way that ThorZaIN was able to defend that as long as he did. So often we think of ThorZaIN as a player who prepares these brilliant builds, and when he has the chance to execute them, he's absolutely unstoppable. But what we saw there from ThorZaIN was some amazing crisis management. I honestly think that if he had just opted for siege mode instead of tanks on just one of those production cycles, he would have had that siege mode and all the bunkers and SCV defenses up in time. But that really goes to show you how thin the margins are when you're pretty much playing at nosebleed skill levels.
It's so true. And even when he unloaded that bunker and came back to flank with the SCVs, I thought he had it for sure. Just that game sat on a razor's edge. They play that 10 times. It goes 5-5, I guarantee. And just that time, it went in NaNiwa's favor. You got to give it to ThorZaIN, man. He did everything possible to try to hold that. NaNiwa's control was just too good.
Absolutely, and it looks like ThorZaIN definitely going to take a brief moment of time just to recompose himself before we go into the next match on TSL3 Xel'Naga Caverns. For any of you who are a little disappointed that this is going to be the final day of Team Liquid's Star League action, have no fear, because next week we're going to have Team Liquid Attack, with the special guest being the little one from Team Liquid, as a matter of fact. And Chill, I know that you have been involved quite a bit in those TL attacks. Why don't you tell the folks a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, so Team Liquid Attack is from the Brood War days. It's actually the first streamed event that Team Liquid hosted. What it is, we get a pro on TeamSpeak with us, get 2 casters, get him to play people from the community, show his real skill, maybe show some unorthodox build orders, Mass Raven, Mass Planetary Fortress. We actually saw QXC loading Vikings into Metavacs, doing SCV rushes. Really take it to the community and show them the difference between a pro gamer and, the average ladder warrior. Really fun to watch, so tune in and learn some new things about TLO. Always a blast.
And for any of you who didn't know, Chill is often one of the coverage partners for that event. You'll oftentimes hear the voice of Chill doing a little casting there. And I understand, Chill, that you do a little bit more than just casting the Team Liquid Star League. Where can everyone find out who you are?
Well, I've been partnered with DJ Wheat at onemore.game.tv, so very nice. We always bring Weapon of Choice, just kind of an update on the state of StarCraft 2 in terms of the community. That's on every Sunday. We just had it today before the TSL, and we'll be bringing that back. I believe it airs at, I'm in a crazy time, Mountain Time, so it's noon Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Eastern, funny. So everyone can tune in then to catch more Weapon of Choice.
Yeah, for people who live in Mountain Time, definitely tune in to Chill at the time that he has said. For everyone else who lives on either coast where, civilization has managed to find its place, definitely tune in there. We're very, very excited to let you know the following, Chill. Guess what it is? Guess what it is?
What is it?
ThorZaIN is rocking and ready to go. NaNiwa is indeed done cracking his knuckles and drinking his extra special hydration juice known as water. And we are ready to go into game number 5 at the Team Liquid Star League Grand Finals with NaNiwa up 3-1. Can NaNiwa close it out here on Xel'Naga Caverns, or will ThorZaIN begin the brewings of a comeback?